Mark adds that unlike the American system in Italy, acquittals can be appealed just like convictions, and Italian prosecutors say they will appeal this one. The man accused of kidnapping and sexually molesting a San Jose boy has pleaded not guilty. 26-year-old Sergio Madrid Soto, seen here during his arraignment last month, is charged with snatching the 3-year-old boy from a San Jose laundromat while the child's mother wasn't looking. A huge search was quickly organized, and the boy was found sitting in a stolen car outside a restaurant. Soto is being held on $500,000 bond. A 14-year-old boy accused of killing a Castro Valley man remains in jail this morning, and a prosecutor says he should not be released until he goes to trial. The teenager appeared in court yesterday. Police say the attack occurred after 44-year-old Richard Jones collided with the 14-year-old who was on a bike. Jones was visiting his infant son at Oakland's Children's Hospital. The trial was postponed so the defense lawyer can have more time to prepare. It will continue on January 13th.
Toy stores are doing their part to curb the violence. Isabel.
They sure are, Jason. Just 3 days ago, Toys R Us, the nation's biggest toy retailer store, pulled its lifelike toy guns off its shelves, and other stores are following.
Isabel, it looks like it was a great fun out there today in Salinas.
It sure was, Jason. I've never been to an air show before, and now I understand the popularity and why 60,000 people showed up for the spectacular show today. It all happened right here, and according to the Salinas Police Department, a group of teenagers were walking along Central Avenue when a two-door red car stopped. The passenger opened up his door and started firing gunshots. Now, the teenagers ran through this gateway. The gunshots continued to ring out, and one bullet ended up lodged right here at this portable building. Now, all of this happened just 15 minutes before preschoolers were to be released for the day. One administrator told me that the sad reality is that children must learn commando tactics.
Isabel Lucero has that story now. Isabel?
George, the gas was carbon monoxide, and it sent more than 24 workers at the Ready Pack produce plant in Salinas to the hospital. Gathered in Delano today to observe the first anniversary of Cesar Chavez's death and breathe new life into the United Farm Workers Union by increasing the number of contracts it holds with producers and organizing farm workers.
This pilgrimage will spread the word that every farm worker is an organizer, and the responsibility for building this union now rests with every man and woman. The combined strength from all of these organizers will lead us to the victory that Cesar knew would come.
The union's rebirth also marks the 67th birthday of Cesar Chavez, and hundreds of more people are expected to join in the 24-day pilgrimage through California's agricultural heartland. The march will end in Sacramento. 28 years ago, Cesar Chavez marched 330 miles to the state capitol. 80 people were at his side. Today, nearly 1,000 people are retracing his steps to make sure that farm workers are treated fairly and that everyone gets a safe and just food supply. And rights are what the union has fought for 3 decades. The union says that Cesar Chavez woke America up to the forgotten faces, but they say they're determined to be seen and heard.
And I think he brought to light many of the injustices and humane conditions that these people lived and worked under. So to that extent, I don't think there's any question that he gave them a voice.
And the union continues to hope to do that.
And not only hopes, but we'll continue to do that.
We'd like this movement to carry on nationwide so that the support is visible from all sides and so that it continue to carry on in all communities where farm workers reside. Not only in California, but Florida, Texas, Arizona, Washington, all the places.
Before the march, the crowd remembered Cesar Chavez's movement, La Causa, what is known as the cause. It's a cause that others have adopted.
He awakened something deep inside of me that no one had been really able to touch since Bobby Kennedy. And that was a sense of standing and risking telling the truth for justice.
Even with recognizable participants and united voices, may have difficulty growing. In Delano, Isabel, Lucero, Central Coast News.
You know, that's all the homeless are getting here.
This is where David Richmond lived, and when he walked the streets of Salinas, he often wondered if he'd ever wake up from what he considered a nightmare, homelessness, hunger pains and cold nights, memories he'll never forget, but no longer has to live. You have your own
His front door, his back door, this is my room.
And just 3 months ago, you were living in a vacant house, homeless.
Yeah.
And now?
Now, I go up here and I go to the door and I open the door and I go upstairs and I open my door and it's warm.
And Dave loves his new home along with his new job as a telesalesperson, and he says he's been given a new start on life.
It's a very good change. It happened at the right time and on time, and I knew it would. And I feel very, very good about this. This was my spot.
He lost his job in Mountain View last year as a computer operator, so he came to Salinas but found himself homeless for 3 months.
Why do you think you were able to somehow get off the streets?
My own desires, my own will, my own respect, my own pride.
And that pride takes him back to the streets to help others.
I'm as much a part of that place as I am this place. But this is how I do better.
He says he's done a lot better because he had hope.
You know, you just have to keep looking up and say your little prayers and wake up every morning and say thank you, because God does it for you.
David said he hopes that there will be a day when every homeless person is off the streets. In Salinas, Isabel, Lucero, Central Coast News.
You'll have to forgive me if I...
This is Dr. Claude Buss, and while his name may not be familiar to you, his actions are known around the world. His dedication has taken him from the halls of the Naval Postgraduate School to the nation's capital, to foreign soil and back again. At 90 years old, he was honored by his students.
Pride and affection and deepest respect that we honor Dr. Buss, a true patriot.
In 1927, he became the first person in this country to receive a Ph.D. in international relations. He used it, devoting 67 years to public service as a foreign officer, State Department officer, and a professor.
I decided that what I wanted to do was to be in the Foreign Service of the United States. I thought it was I thought it was great. I still feel the same.
And so do his students. They say he's been a great influence, and dedicating this room to him is a small token of their appreciation.
Professor Buss embodies what we look up to as a role model, and we wanted to do something for him because he's given back something to us.
In many ways, without even knowing, Dr. Buss has given to all of us by serving his country with extraordinary commitment. One example came on the eve of World War II. He was in the Philippines as a civilian official, taken captive by the Japanese for nearly 2 years.
And after that, served in the occupation in Japan as part of the Strategic Bombing Survey. And then after that, returned to Stanford.
He was also an advisor to President Johnson during the Vietnam era because of his expertise on Asia and the Far East. Many say his teachings on the subjects are invigorating.
He has this amazing capability, I think, of treating each individual and saying that each of these people are going to be great. All you have to do is use the God-given talents that you have right now.
And these students have good reason to believe him.
All I can say is that I've never had a happier time or more rewarding time. And it's I who really appreciate the chance to work with you. God bless you all.
Hi, I'm KCCN TV reporter Isabel Lucero. I've always admired my great-grandmother and mother.
They taught me the importance of family and pride as farm workers trying to make ends meet. My mother said if I worked hard enough, a college education would open the doors to all of my dreams. Now, working as a reporter, my dreams are coming true.
My 101-year-old great-grandmother and mother always said,
Mija, si se puede. You can do it.
And I'm glad I listened, for kids' sake.